The best part about having a professional pest control service is one, it's just a fixed cost. You get a fixed cost with a guaranteed result, where when you're doing it yourself, it's not a fixed cost. I mean, if you got to come back, you got to do it again. We have a deep understanding of every specific type of pest, the season that they're born in, where they're going to be hiding, their habitats, their habits, and then what products we're able to put in the right places for it to be most effective, the quickest. Because that's what people love too, is they want quick results. And sometimes when you're kind of testing it out yourself and doing experiments with the bugs, you pretty much constantly have bugs because you're seeing them and trying to solve them, and then you're constantly spending money on it. And so it's just kind of like you're spinning your wheels. Pest control is really a game of prevention. And so it's really important to understand what bug's coming next month and where he's going to be nesting, and where do I need to put the products, or what conducive conditions do I need to eliminate so that those bugs aren't nesting on my property. I remember when me and my wife finally, accomplished the goal of buying a home. We had our kids and we had our home and we were living the dream, and we were super excited to get out there. We got the barbecue and everything was going great. And then my daughter gets bit by a mosquito. It starts swelling up. We're putting the itch cream on her. My wife gets bit, and it's like, oh no, we've got this amazing yard and we're living our dream finally, and then this little tiny nothing just comes up and ruins our day, So luckily we were able to get our program into place on that home because we had pretty much just moved in. And then after a while of our program taking effect and working, we were finally able to enjoy the goal we'd been seeking for so long, and it was really nice. What pests do I mostly see in the Dallas area? I see all the pests. DFW is probably the worst place in the United States for bugs. It seems like everything's trying to hurt you. I mean, the cute little ants are fire ants. They'll bite you and they are nasty. We have scorpions, we have black widows, we've got brown recluse, we've got wolf spiders, we've got wasps, we've got paper wasps and red wasps and mud daubers and hornets, and there's a ton of bugs in Texas. It's just the perfect climate. And so the thing is, as people have been kind of pushing out into nature's been pushing back a little bit. And a lot of times too, once a neighborhood has been established, they're just kind of creating all the perfect conditions for bugs. And so you'll see, a lot of bugs developing in neighborhoods because you're giving them water, you're giving them shelter, you're giving them food. And so, unless somebody has a professional pest control service that has the understanding of the local landscape, it's really hard to control the bugs around here. They're coming in from above with the wasps and the spiders. They're coming down from beneath with the subterranean termites that we have that you can't even see until they start coming out of your wall. We've got issues with roof rats sneaking into the attic in the middle of the night and doing all kinds of stuff in the attic. We've got all kinds of wildlife out here. We've got raccoons and possums and skunks and armadillos. We got bobcats and coyotes. And we've got all kinds of stuff out there in the yard. We got like fleas and ticks and all kinds of stuff that'll eat up your ankles, like little chiggers and mites and things. Man, I'm from California. I've lived in other places, and DFW has by far like the worst pest issues out of any other place I've been in the United States. I worked for a lot of the other companies. I worked for like Moxie and great companies. I worked for Altera back in the day, but then I wanted to be able to provide a full service option for companies. Like a lot of companies I worked for kind of focused on the more profitable kind of niche services, but they would leave out some of the less profitable services, and I just didn't feel like it was the best situation for the customer. So I really wanted to create the best situation for the customer, so that when we were like inviting people to use our service, that I would know that they were at the best place. Like they had termite coverage, mosquito coverage, rodent coverage, like a company that understood the area, a company that had the owner still like involved in the daily processes, so that, like they really cared, And so that was like one of the biggest things, is I just wanted to create a situation that was like the best for the customer. Probably not the biggest, that's never really been the goal, is to be the biggest, but just to be, the best.